Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Bag Lady Unloaded. I'm Nick, the Poetic Nomad, and today we're going to be talking about my 2011 trip to the Bahamas with my mom. We went with Carnival, and Carnival is a great cruise to go with. Um, there was a ton of onboard activities. We saw a musical, we watched people take dance lessons, we saw a comedy show, there was karaoke. They even had this really cool Caribbean style um, festival, I guess, on the cruise, and they had like ice sculptures and like themed food, and it was amazing. Um, and so we had a great time off the boat as well. Make sure if you want to take a tour of the Bahamas, go with the locals. They know all the hot spots. You'll save yourself some money. Um, and they need the money. Like the cruise line always charges a ton of money for these like 1 to 2 hour tours, and it's not worth it. Go with the locals. They need the business. Um, so we did take a tour, obviously, and we went on a little ferry boat and did some shopping. We even hit up the nightlife in the Bahamas. We were in Nassau, and there's a bar called Senior Frog, and it was really fun. I was actually in a drinking contest. We were dancing, and a couple people started to like crowd around me when I dance. I'm kind of used to that reaction because I'm not shy. Um, in that in that space when it comes to dancing, I'm not shy. I'll say that because I can be or come off as timid. It's just because I don't trust people, but that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, I'm dancing. A lot of people start crowding around me, and the host of the bar is kind of like, okay, everybody, we're gonna have a competition, and he splits everybody off to the side, um, to one side and to the other side, right? Like right down the middle. And so the people on the other side choose somebody, and the people on my side choose me because they assume it's going to be like a dancing competition, right? Which is what I was thinking as well. And so when I get on the stage, he's like, it's going to be a drinking contest. And I'm like, okay. I'm such a lightweight, so I already knew this was going to be a problem. And so we had to see who would drink down a beer the fastest, right? And so he hands us both a bottle and is like, go. And I'm like trying to chug the beer as fast as I can, but the girl, she's like spilling it all over her, and so she won, right? And so my side of the bar is like, no way, she cheated, and they settle it by giving the entire club free shots. So that was pretty cool. And we had a nice time. It was one of those bars where everybody, was dancing and just looking to have a good time. My mom gets sick. Um, I think the day after we come back from Nassau, we had like a fun day at sea, and there's a captain's dinner where everybody dresses up. The attire is like really formal, and so we put on our heels, right, and our freakum dresses, and went to dinner. And we just had a nice time. But like I said, my mom was kind of sick, but she was a trooper. She's like, just like, oh, I'm not gonna let it spoil this cruise for me. This is my first cruise. I'm having so much fun. And so she kept partying, and she said she didn't get drunk, but I was drunk a couple times, so I can't really tell you if she was telling the truth or not. So we just gonna have to take her word for it. I don't know if I trust her. And so anyway, on the way home, on the ride back, I started to feel like a like a tickle in my throat. And I'm like, I'm getting sick. Ma, you passed something on to me. And she's like, oh, really? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, no, it's fine. I just feel it's going to be, you could, you know how you feel when you're getting sick and it's going to be, it's going to be like yucky. Um, it was feeling yucky. And so, anyway, by the time we make it back from Florida, which is where the cruise departed and returned to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is where I was living at the time, I was in horrible shape. I mean, like, I had a fever, my throat was on fire, I was coughing up like thick mucus. I was just a mess. I did not feel good at all. So when I got home to her house, I kind of just like laid under the covers, and I was just, just like a log. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to eat. I just felt so bad. And so my mom, she was starting to feel better by that time. And so she told me that I need to go visit my grandmother. And my grandmother was sick at this time with cancer for the second time. She initially got it in her breast, and it had come back in her liver, in her lungs. And so it was a lot more aggressive. And my mom was just telling me, like, I think you need to get over there and say bye, because she doesn't seem like she's going to last that much longer. And I was saying, like, I can't. I just don't feel good. And I think I was saying that because I was just overly optimistic. I mean, that's my grandmother. She's been around my whole life. So I just was like, I'm sick. I can't. And I really wanted to get over there because I bought her a little wooden drum. On my first trip to the Bahamas, I bought my grandmother this cute little wooden cat that she loved. And so I got a wooden drum. I know a drum and a cat doesn't really match, but it was a drum, and it was wooden. It was a wooden cat. So I don't know. I rationalized like, oh, it'd be cute, I don't know, whatever. I really wanted to get over there, and I didn't. And later on that night, my mom wakes me up, and she's like, she's gone. To say that I was hurting was an understatement. I mean, I literally felt an energy leave my body. And I'd always heard people say things like that, but I kind of looked at it as like a figure of speech, an expression. People say like that was a part of me is missing, but I literally felt something leave me. I was devastated. I reacted by just getting into it with all of my family and friends. I'm a loner at heart anyway, so I was really into self-isolation to help myself heal, but it wasn't in a way that I was just like, hey, I need some time. I was like at people's throats, literally. Like, I was arguing with everybody, and I was combative. I was so combative. I cried so much. My face broke out. So when I went to her funeral, I was a mess. I was a complete mess. I didn't get any of my pictures of myself. You know how people gather together at funeral times and everybody's looking nice, so everybody wants to take a ton of pictures. There was no pictures of me because I was not okay at all, and I didn't think I ever was going to be okay again. One of the saddest things about my grandmother having died in her early 60s was that she'd wanted to go and travel the world my whole life, or maybe her whole life, but I can tell you for sure my whole life. I remember her talking to me about Paris and London and Milan, all these places. I had no idea what they were, or where they were on the map, but she talks to me about them, and she'd say, I'm gonna get a teddy bear, I'm going to get you a teddy bear from all of these different places. So you'll have a teddy bear from all over the world. And naturally, as a kid, I love teddy bears. I'm like, ooh, really? You know, just really excited. And she never got to go. She was always waiting to win the lottery or to retire, and she didn't get the opportunity. So that became the birth of the Poetic Nomad. For me, her death, without having done all of the things that I knew that she wanted to do, took a toll on me. And I would say that it was both a blessing and a curse, because it was a blessing because it pushes me to keep going. Every time I want to stop, I think about being on my deathbed and being unsatisfied and knowing that there's nothing I can do about it. So that makes me go all that much harder when it comes to my goals. And it makes me, never want to stop. I'm never satisfied in a way. I just want to keep going and keep pushing, and, that's me. If I've been in a space, whether it's a job or a relationship for too long, I kind of get restless and want to go. But it's also a curse because I get this really bad anxiety every time I'm about to take a trip. Even if it's just a small trip, I get anxiety where my stomach is turning, I feel nauseous, and I just have this sense of like impending doom, and I'll try to calm myself down and tell myself like, it's okay, nothing's gonna happen, but I always have this feeling that something bad is gonna happen either while I'm on the trip or when I return, because of that trip to the Bahamas. Right after I came back, my granny died, and I have that feeling and I know it, but it doesn't stop. The anxiety still comes on, and it's become like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, because I do believe in manifestation. I do believe that we attract the energy that we put out. And because I'm always afraid that something's going to happen, most of the time things do. But I keep going anyway. So there's this combativeness inside of me still. To some of it, one part of me wants to stay put, the other part wants me to go, and the part that wants me to go is way stronger. But I'm always fighting, but I continue to travel anyway. So that's it. That's all I have for today. I do want to say that everybody has fear, about the unknown. I think that it's normal. Everybody has fear when it comes to goals. Even the people that you see that are the most successful. And the thing that separates the people from being successful from the people that aren't successful is that the people that are successful, they have that fear and they continue to go anyway. They continue to do it anyway. So don't ever allow fear to become a wall for you. So again, bye guys. See you next time. Thanks for watching.